Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a rising senior at the University of Michigan. The project I made for this hackathon is called StudBud. So StudBud is a web application that allows users of high school and college level students to make study sessions on demand. So what does that mean? So with StudBud, users can now decide when and where they want to have study sessions without having to have weekly commitments or have to base their time around other people. As a student, I always found that study sessions were super helpful for learning, especially before exams and tests, where it's really crucial to talk to other students. But I couldn't always commit to weekly study sessions. So I never had the opportunity to just go to study sessions and talk to other students in my class. With StudBud, students can now schedule times with other students and make study sessions that other students can join whenever they feel free and think it's necessary for them. So I'm going to walk over the development of StudBud and my motivation for it. So let me share my screen real quick and I'll give a demo of what StudBud looks like. So StudBud is hosted at studbud-htne.tech. And now StudBud homepage is here. So at the homepage, you have two options. You can either join a study session or you can create your own study session. So if you were to join your own study session, you can click join at the top, and then a table will load of all the study sessions that are available for you. Now, then you can take a look at the subjects and the times to see what works best for you and what's needed for you. Then once you find something you like, you can click on the drop down and join that group. And then the groups have options of being virtual or in person. So the location or Zoom meeting will also be there. And then as you join, all the StudBud users will show up on this list and be able to work together. Now, let's say your subject that you want is not on this list, or there isn't a time that works for you. Well, then you can create your own subject. So as simple as adding your subject. You can do computer science when you want to study. Let's say we'll go for an hour, like 3 p.m. And then how do you want to study, in person or virtually? So we can say in person, and I want to, for example purposes, to study at my house. Then all you have to do is set a max number of StudBuds that you want, let's say 5. Enter your email address. And then enter your school so that you can work with other students at your school. And then you can submit your request. Now, when you go look at your StudBud request, your request is now here with what you wanted. Now, other students can go to your request and join your StudBud group. So for this hackathon, I wanted to work with technology that was completely new to me, both front end and back end, to make this full stack application. So going off of the track of the best startup, I wanted to focus mostly on execution and demand so that the users would have a good experience without having to worry about reliability of servers, maintenance, and providing like all the back end to host everything. So to do that, I used AWS serverless Lambdas and API gateway to host all the information without having to have my own servers. So for the backend side, everything is hosted on DynamoDB for all the data. And then Lambdas connect that database to the API gateway to make a connection for the endpoints. So then every endpoint on here, such as loading this table or joining a group, will go through the API gateway to a Lambda, to the database, and then back to the Lambda, and back to the gateway, and back to the client. So the benefit of this is that since it's serverless on AWS, it can scale to any size instantly. And there is no worry about not having enough servers or any downtime. So this allows immediate growth for mobile development and anywhere else, whereas just the API is all that's needed. And the front end is then what's important. So then taken to the front end, I use a new technology called Vue.js to create the entire front end stack. So with Vue.js, it's a single page application where, as you can see, switching to different pages still stays on the same URL. So the advantage of this is that it's a much smoother UI experience, and it's a little simpler to maintain and make. And it's becoming one of the most popular JavaScript environments. So this is StudBud, and that's my project. Thank you.